Hey, nerds. I've been relegated to not using my hands for this episode from the producers. So, what's up? It's issue 37, Words with Nerds. The Triple S crew is back. It is your boy, Sundance Kid himself, aka DJ.
It's your boy Slick the Vic Rodriguez.
What's up, guys? It's Vince. Sorry, I fucking flipped that. It's Space Case, aka Vince.
Oh my god.
Man,
No, hold on. Every episode, let's just give this it's like an achievement unlocked because normally it's Victor that doesn't know what the fuck to say.
or when to say it.
Or when to say it.
I just say it slowly. Yeah,
So, so we got, and for the first time, Space Case has flubbed his intro. Wow!
Yeah.
Put in a cheering sound effect here.
No, put in a boo. That's what we need.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Boo.
Just a quick thing before we get into it, Victor. Check it out.
Oh hell, that's awesome! That's really cool. Where'd you get it?
It's an Apple. It's an AirPod case, but I got
That's
the
fucking
wrong.
dope. Oh my
No, but I got
God.
the wrong ones. So if you know anybody that is seriously into Digimon and has AirPods, I have a case for them.
I have AirPods. I will take
Oh,
that.
there you go. Boom.
Thank you.
So
Oh, yeah.
guys,
Awesome.
if you're here, this week it is my week, and I decided to choose something a little bit near and dear to my heart, especially for a lot of '90s kids growing up. It is Teen Titans.
Hell yeah.
I was hoping for bigger fanfare. That's cool.
I'm into it.
I paused I
glad you
paused
picked
so
it.
then Vince could like cut in the Teen Titans theme like.
Where's the
No,
nerds?
I really wanted to start this episode with the Titans theme song, the dun 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 dun. Dun. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
It's YouTube's gonna hate us for it. They're gonna be like, nah, get out of it.
They're still gonna be like, no monetary value. Bitch, we ain't making money off this anyways. So I mean,
Joke's on you.
Joke's on you.
so for those of you who don't know, wait, first off, before we get into it, does anybody have any any nerd news for this quick segment? Nerd news. There you go. Boom.
Nerd news. Maybe I like that. Maybe we should keep it. Nerd news.
Nerd news it is.
It's simple and obvious, and someone's probably done it already, but
that's cool because here at Words with Nerds we have Sundance Corner and now Nerd News. You should do like a little little typewriter
this week. I like Sundance Corner. Let's hop into it. Let's do a Sundance Corner. You guys ready?
Okay, let's do a Sundance Corner.
Sundance Corner.
I love the cutaways. Okay, so
here I got some shit for you guys.
Oh, you got something for Sundance Corner?
Oh,
okay,
baby, I'm so excited. Okay, so it's Pokemon related.
Yes.
The Pokemon Company dropped some news yesterday on a bunch of games. There's like updates on Unite. There's some like Cafe Remix and stuff coming out. But the biggest news to me was Pokemon Legends Arceus coming. It was speculated to come out in 2022, and they finally gave us a release date. So it's next January. It's going to be January, I believe it's January 28th. 2022, which it's right after my birthday. If you guys are looking for a birthday gift, that's a perfect birthday gift for me. So but anyways, they dropped the whole brand new trailer and like a 10+ minute in-depth overview of the gameplay, the Pokédex, the map, like everything you're gonna do. And dude, it looks fucking sick. It's like Breath of the Wild kind of graphics. You are set in the Johto region before it's even called Johto. There are a few new variants that appear. You know how they have like the different regional variants. I know Growlithe is one of them. Stantler, which you guys might recognize from, I think, Gen 2. He's like the big deer. he evolves again, and he's almost like a legendary in a sense for this game. It just looks badass. It's very research heavy. There are no gyms. There are really no trainer battles. It's all research based, but don't let that steer you away from the battles, because you have to go in and catch Pokemon and battle them with your team, and you'll get a standard 6 Pokemon team in order to catch them. And the more you catch, the more you learn about them. It's like, picture like this is the first game in the Pokemon timeline, essentially, where you're kicking things off for the entire universe, and you're helping all the research come in and development in order to start what we know as the Pokemon League and everything else that follows. So yeah, looks really cool. I'm really excited to get it. And yeah, man, can't wait. A couple more months.
Could be interesting. Could be interesting. Okay. We'll watch with
Yeah.
bated breath. Vic, what about you? Anything on the nerd news front? Sundance Corner?
Yeah, I actually got something for Sundance Corner. So as we all know, we're going into fucking lockdown COVID fucking 2 electric boogaloo right now. So all the con that I'm going to, I'm still going to Dragon Con. They're doing a mandatory you have to have a negative vaccine, or you have to have a negative
Got to
COVID
show your
result to
card.
go.
Yeah.
You got to show your card. You got to show your card. It's already capped off at 50%. They're doing the beta for that, and then C2E2. It looks like they're running like a more strict version to where you need that card, period. If there's any updated boosters, you need those as well. They have a cap as well. And then they're doing, if you refuse to get vaccinated, you have to go and take a rapid 6-minute test. And if you fail that, you're not allowed at the convention.
Damn.
Wow.
So it's kind of, it's very strict. Yeah, they just released all the mandates for both of those conventions, and those are kind of like, they're too big to cancel at this point. So it's really interesting to see how serious they've gotten to do this. Like, you have to wear a mask the whole time. Me and the fiance, we're going, and we have to wear a mask the whole time we're there, which is going to be rough. But it's kind of big news for any Congo or anything like that, because it's the big. Everyone's like, either you're on the side that says, "Hey, it's just a mask, get the shot, we'll be fine," and then there's the other people that are like, "This is fucking bullshit. I don't need to wear a mask." So that's like the big fucking going. I invited you both into the Dragon Con group, dude. Watch those chats and watch those media. The what is it? The owners of the group page just be like, can you please, like, we're just trying to make sure no one's sick. So that's the big nerd news I have.
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, obviously safety's first. Do what you can to stay safe. I completely agree with that. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out in the next couple months. I mean, it's August right now. Dragon Con's right around the corner. I don't think anything's really going to change. I think whatever they say is going to be the plan will be the plan. But C2E2 in Chicago here, that's in December. So things could change in the next couple of months. This isn't even like, I'm not even trying to be smart or funny. So like when they say wear a mask, obviously we're all wearing like the M95 mask, whatever, like the standard like nurse doctor mask. Yeah, I guess like you would have to wear that even if your character or whatever you're cosplaying has a mask too. Like, say for example, Victor, you bring your Red Hood, right? Do you wear a mask underneath that? I don't know if anyone's even gonna check or what, but
so I forgot that this is a rule. Thank God you brought this up. So for C2E2, you're not allowed to wear cosplay mask. You have to show that you are wearing a mask the whole time. You're not allowed to. So if you are Batman, maybe you'll luck out because you could do the whole thing. But I can't go as Red Hood. I can't go with the helmet. I have to go with like just the mask, or every cosplay that's going to be there has to be like a cosplay that's like without a helmet. So a lot of people are annoyed about that. I know that for a fact, because they're just like,
damn,
you're ruining our costume.
Everyone's secret identity is getting revealed.
Yeah, fuck. But yeah, that's the big news on my end.
Interesting.
I don't have anything, so there you go. Well, nothing substantive.
Substantial.
Definitely, yes,
Substantial.
definitely
Sorry.
substantive. Yep, substantive was the correct phrase.
Nothing substantial to add except that I am watching Lord of the Rings for the first time. So I'm watching the extended. Yeah, I'm watching the extended editions for them, and for the first time. And I got to tell you, pretty amazing. I think my next choice for like subject of for an episode is probably going to be Lord of the Rings.
Interesting.
It's really good. But okay, well, let's hop into it. Let's just do this.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
Triple S crew is live. Let's do this. So basically, overview of just the Teen Titans. Teen Titans were a team of young superheroes who, they were usually sidekicks, and they were formed by their mentors in order to face issues in like San Francisco or like kind of like the West Coast. So kids went. They went for independence mostly. So the original Teen Titans were formed in the '60s. So they had Robin, Kid Flash, Aqualad, Wonder Girl. There was Speedy, Green Arrow sidekick, Roy Harper, and that was like the base of them. And then from there, kind of like there was a lot of different artists back then, kind of like there are now, and there are a lot of different writers. So, there's a lot of runs where sometimes it was formed with different members. Like Cyborg was a member of the Teen Titans, Beast Boy, and stuff like that. So there are various incarnations of them. I think the latest one was with Robin, Damian Wayne, Wally West is Kid Flash, who else? Raven, Starfire, and Beast Boy. And so that was it. And I think the newest one is reformed. It's still got Robin and Wally West as Kid Flash, but then they also have Lobo's daughter. Forget her name. Is it Gumball? For one of the other characters, and then there was Jin. I think
what about Mas o Menos or whatever, the twins, right?
Yeah.
Or is that a different series?
A different series, not the latest one, but
yeah,
gotcha.
Teen Titans West Coast.
Okay.
Yeah, but
what
is it? Blue Beetle's in it now.
Oh my god. Yeah, Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, just off of this alone, we know that there's so many members.
There's so many. Yeah.
There are as many Teen Titans as there are Leaguers, Justice Leaguers. So that should tell you how many young heroes there are. And I think, first off, like right off the bat, I think the Teen Titans are so cool. I feel like sometimes when you read a Justice League comic, or if you see the Justice League, if you watch like one of the movies, like the Snyder Cut or the iconic show Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, you kind of feel like a sense of, God, they just feel too adult. When you were a kid, anyways, and even now, I watch a couple episodes, and I'm just like, Jesus, can we tone it down a little bit? This is getting real. And then you can switch and you can watch something like Teen Titans or Young Justice because you can relate to those characters. I mean, they're very coming of age, a lot of them, and even when they come of age, most of the time they come back and they're still kind of wayward. So I feel like we as the younger audience get to connect more because they're more grounded, if it makes sense. Like the Justice League is about saving the universe and this and that, and like the Teen Titans are trying to just save the world, or their neighborhood. They're like the friendly neighborhood Justice League. Crossover. But yeah, I mean, your guys' thoughts on just the Teen Titans as like a whole. Vince, hit me.
Teen Titans. So yeah, I mean, if we're kind of summarizing everything all in one, I'm probably the least versed in this between the three of us. I would say definitely a bigger DC fan than a Marvel fan. I grew up on like old school Superman and old school Batman, like 1950s stuff with my stepdad. He showed me all that stuff from a young age. So like we had like the movies, the VHS tapes of like the 1950s Batman TV show with like him and Robin. Yeah, exactly.
Adam West,
Um,
the Bat Dance.
and like, yeah, it's very campy and corny and stuff, but I don't know, just like bringing back childhood memories and stuff. But that definitely sparked my interest right away. Like that was kind of an introduction to the DC for me. Um, Definitely watched Justice League when I was growing up. You know, Martian Manhunter, Batman, Superman, all of them. I just was really drawn to the darker side that Marvel kind of has like this always fun and upbeat kind of thing. I feel like for the most part, but DC was always like dark. And the big thing to me, I'm a huge detective novel kind of person and TV show. So Batman being a detective and Dick Grayson being a detective, like that shit mixed with superhero stuff, absolutely, I'm in for it. Um, but going back outside of my experience, um, and kind of broadening that outlook, I watched Teen Titans, as a kid. Um, I didn't really read the comics too much, but they're always very intriguing to me. And I actually just recently started watching Titans, but I'm sure we'll get into all of those shortly here. But yeah, man, I'm kind of like I'm kind of new to all this. It's really intriguing to me. I love DC. I think it's really cool, but I have a lot to learn, and I'm really excited to hear what you guys know, um, so I can like add it to what I've already watched and read, and kind of get a
Mhm.
better understanding of what I know. How about you, Victor?
Oh,
Stay
I think
hydrated.
I'm gonna stay hydrated as hell. Drink water, boys. I think David said it well, but I'll just kind of like explain it more on my end. When I was a kid, I was the same thing. My dad introduced me to a lot of superhero stuff, and it was mainly like DC as well, but not like Adam West. My dad was like, "Don't." He's like,
Bro,
"It'll
Adam
be
West.
weird," but it'll be. They don't do that in the comics. But he showed me like Christopher Reeve and all that stuff, and then my introduction into that stuff has always been with, especially with like the Justice League stuff. Why it's fun to watch, but you can't relate, is because more often than not, those guys are like in the best of terms. They're like the Greek gods on a pedestal. Like all of them are the epitome of what they are. So it's cool watching them save the day. It is very cool because they have their problems and their level, but you can't relate to them. They have really interesting problems, like what is it, Superman? He acts fake. When he's here, he's a fake person. He has to be fake. Batman is a man who has just an insane amount of drive that doesn't. His moral code will never break. The Flash is a person who, for him, it's painful to live a normal life because he moves and thinks so quickly. So it's interesting to watch those problems. But then when I got to watch like the Teen Titans and read those comics, it's this. It's what David said. It's relatable. You're seeing someone like your age just being like, "Hey, I am not this chiseled person that's gone through years of battle, years of work to be where I'm confident. No, like I am a boy wonder. I am training with the world's greatest detective, and I am a great detective. But like, I still don't know what to do. I have my problems. He goes into his different personas. You also have like the Flash, kind of the Kid Flash, living up to the monocle. So it's really cool seeing like these stories of kids that are like so relatable at times. Like one of my favorite heroes is Blue Beetle, Latin kid. Like I love that. A Latin kid who comes from a broken home. Like I love that. That's super relatable. It's someone who's just like I want to be a hero because I don't have much at home. And then like Static Shock being a kid who grew up in the inner city, and I grew up in the inner city Chicago. It was cool because I'm like, yeah, one day maybe, yeah, in all the random gang fights, I will get a superpower. That never happened, but yeah, it never happened. But it's I when I got into the Titans, I loved it all. I watched the Titan show because David requests, advised us to watch it for this one. I watched Young Justice religiously. I read the comics and the Teen Titans show from the back in the heyday. I watched it, not Teen Titans Go, I think. And I'm just saying this as a as a fan of the more mature shit. I hate that show, but I understand why people like it. I just hate that iteration. But we'll get into all of that later.
All right, for sure. So I guess my next question is going to be, there's comics, there's the animated shows, there's the live action. I was going to ask, and I'll start with you, Victor. What is your favorite iteration of the Teen Titans or the Titans?
Oh, Young Justice. That's the best one. Absolutely, like hands down.
Okay.
To explain, I guess, so it's not so dry and cut.
Uh-huh.
Though I just watched.
He's like Titans.
Sorry.
Teen Titans, Young Justice, done.
So the Teen Titans show, I loved it. It had that kind of. It was a cartoon meant for kids, obviously. So it was kind of like. It was. I loved it when I was younger. Watching it now, a lot holds up, but it was just kind of kiddish. Titans. I love the actors in there. Who doesn't like Chad from Blue Mountain State? Like, dude actually really knocks it out of the park in that role as a Hawk. But it's still very like they had to ground a lot of it. And then Young Justice was like, "Hey, we're making this show for comic book lovers. So their history, everything. We're just going to follow it from their perspective." And I think that they're able to add so much into that show just because it is a cartoon. And they could still keep that serious dark tone that like Vince likes and stuff like that. I loved it. Like everything in there, like certain episodes, like, spoiler warning here to anyone who hasn't watched the show. Like, but for those of us who are initiated, Wally West had one of the best arcs in that show in second season. Yeah, RIP, man. Like, we miss you. Like, that was beautiful. And even like the way that they had to send him off, where it's just the Flash telling his fiance, just like, she's asking like, where is he? And he's just like, he was brave to the very last minute. And I'm just remember I was like, you do not want to hear that if you're a superhero dating a superhero and they're just like, he was amazing to the very end. You'd be like, oh, I'm gonna cry. So I remember crying during that. And even into the other seasons, like until the next season, it's beautiful, and then I'm excited for season 4. Titans, it's cool, but I'll put that as my second right now. But I think Young Justice iteration. I'm done.
All right. Space Case, hit me with the horror facts.
I am completely flipped from Victor. I loved Young Justice, and I still do love Young Justice. I shouldn't say it as a past tense. I love Young Justice, and I did because it was like the most adult form of these Teen Titans that we've gotten so far in an animated series. But now that I've been watching Titans, the live action on DC and now HBO, bro, it is hands down my favorite. It's so fucking dark and gritty. They do not hold back at all. I think it just goes hand in hand with the Zack Snyder stuff and everything else that DC is doing right now. Not that it's in the same universe at all, but it's it has the same branding is what I'm looking for. But yeah, man, Titans, the live action right now is kicking ass. I think season 1 was great. I just like us getting these characters that we've known as either comic book characters or animated characters, and now we really get to dive in. And you guys want to talk about relatable? I mean, the Teen Titans, of course, I feel like I agree with you guys for sure. They are definitely way more relatable than the Justice League because they're not really gods. They're teens. They're sidekicks. They're people trying to keep up with these top tier heroes. So in Titans, you really get that humanization of these characters. Gar, Rachel, Dick, like everybody in the show, you really get to kind of dive into their stories and see who they are and how it kind of relates and they tie in together. I think it's beautiful how they tie it all in together as well. They give everyone uh, a really fair shot at taking lead on the show. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
Dick gets the majority of the lead, but there are episodes where they'll completely stray off and like Rachel's the main character, or now we're following Corey instead. But like, yeah, man, I would say out of all of them, my favorite is Titans so far.
Okay. So asking those questions, follow up. In your choices, who is your favorite character?
So within the choices we picked, who's the favorite character?
Right.
Okay.
Victor?
Yeah, go
Victor, hit
ahead.
me. Come on. You can do it.
Oh, my favorite character was Wally West for the reason that I stated, and it goes back to something that I heard in Justice League Unlimited,
Mm-hmm.
where Wally was always kind of the goofball of the team, but when things got serious, he buckled down. The voice acting was amazing too,
Mm-hmm.
and then what it is that another character said at one point is that he plays the fool to hide a warrior's tears, because he even though he is such a young kid, he's done so much in the show that you could see at season 2 he retired because he was just like, I'm out of the game, like saying it like he's just like, dude, it's too
Mm-hmm.
much, like I run faster than a speeding bullet, but I'm done. And then watch it, like that character arc and development, that's why he was my favorite character, because you genuinely saw that, where it's someone who's just like, he's like, I want to be done and have a normal life, or be happy, like I'm at like that.
Did you lose him too?
I lost him. We've all been in that
Slick,
position. All right, we've all been in that position.
Slick Vic is currently having technical
Oh
difficulties,
boy,
so
he's a cartoon. We'll
and there he goes.
we'll turn him into a cartoon for a little bit.
All right, so
Bye.
Space Case.
I guess I'll go. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm excited to hear more about Wally West. I liked his character too.
Oh yeah.
He said so. Favorite character within the choice that I picked as my favorite, which would be Titans. I'm surprising myself here. Aside from Todd with 1D, the security officer that's partners with Hank. Um, I'm gonna go with Dick. Like, I never was really a Robin fan in any
Mm-hmm.
iteration. The original '50s Batman. Uh, you know, uh, the comics. Like, I just thought he was kind of corny. Even like Teen Titans, just like this guy. Like, he's Batman's partner. Batman's so dark, and he has like all sorts of like really cool storylines. But Robin is such like I don't know. He's corny. I think Titans did a great job with Robin and his evolution to become Nightwing. And they even go as far as like stripping him down, where he's just Dick. He's just Dick Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
He's not Robin. He's not Nightwing. He's just figuring it out. He's just playing this detective cop kind of guy, and he holds his own in the storyline. Very relatable. He obviously has issues that he's dealing with his family and stuff. And growing up with Batman as kind of like a father figure, and him going through all this training and just kind of leaving him scarred. But the way that he turns all of that around and becomes the hero, as Deathstroke says, he's always the hero. Um, yeah, I think they did a beautiful job at giving Dick Grayson a good storyline for Titans.
All right. Okay. No doubt.
Sure.
Victor, did you want to finish what you were talking about with Wally?
Yeah, where did I cut out at?
Damn it! I even
I
made
believe
fun
it
of what
was.
you were saying, and I completely forgot about it.
Yeah, I think it was.
something, him being noble, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so there's always
yeah.
there's always a thing with the sense of like someone who's foolish falling like that. There's always
What
a thing.
the hell? I'm so sorry.
That was the dog. There's a thing. There's always a thing with someone being kiddish, and it's just because they want to hide pain, and that's what he was the whole time. Was that he kind of hid that a lot, and you could tell he kind of got out of the game for it, which he says. He even talks to Artemis. He's like, we got out of the game for a reason because this brings us a lot of pain. So I liked that character. I like that genuine kind of. I don't know if I covered if I cut up before that, but I love that genuine. Just like I have to do something, and I don't want to do it, but it's something where people depend on me, and I have to do it. And he does one of the in the show. He does one of the greatest things a hero can do. An amazing arc, which is even to the end, even knowing what's going to happen to him, he tries to not make anyone feel bad. And I feel like that's one of the best full circle showing that this guy will forever be that person who's just like, you know what? I'm sorry. And he's like, but I got to do what I got to do. And I'll make you laugh at knowing that I have to say goodbye. That was the end of that tangent before my internet cut out.
Dang.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, here we're at the halfway mark. It's flying by to me, but we're going to take a quick recess here just to gather our thoughts. And, well, I got to use the bathroom. So, we'll be back right after the nothingness that is the universe. I mean, Vince, you want to take us out on this one?
Yeah, I'm not sure what DJ's got planned when we come back, but we'll be back. Obviously, we got more Titans stuff coming up, and I mean that in every aspect possible. We're going to continue to talk about the comics, all the animated series, Teen Titans, Young Justice, and we're going to probably talk a little bit more about Titans since it's kind of the newest and most ongoing thing right now that's currently on TV. So.
And welcome back from that quick break, guys. We're back with the newest issue after the halftime that we took. It's back with the Triple S crew here on Words with Nerds, issue 37. We are talking about Teen Titans, everything Teen Titans. That's right. It's Sundance Space Case Slick Vic. Let's get right back into it.
Let's do it.
Go.
If you could recommend an episode to get somebody hooked onto your perspective choices, or respective choices, sorry, what episode would you choose and why? I'm gonna hit up Space Case first.
You would think with this all being so fresh in my mind that I could just pull some shit out of the hat right now, but I genuinely they're all so good. Can we pass? Can we come back to me? Can I?
All right, Slick, hit us.
I got two for you actually. I got a twofer. I have one for Vince's choice and one for mine. Can I do it?
Go for it.
Yeah,
of course. Right. Just do it.
The episode where for Titans, I would say because I'm such a fucking fan of it, and who doesn't like Brendan Fraser? The episode that they go to the Doom Patrol mansion, Gar brings Raven to the Doom Patrol mansion, and you see Robot Man. That episode with all of them,
that was cool episode. Yeah.
That was so fucking good. Like I remember watching that, I'm like, dude, I love obscurity. So the Doom Patrol prior to the recent years was a really obscure team, which actually I think was the predecessor to that formula. There's a big comic debate, who came up with it first. Was it the X-Men or Doom Patrol? Because they came out around the same time, which is they have the same kind of setup. Guy in a wheelchair, super intelligent, has a team of misfits that don't really fit in. The Doom Patrol, X-Men, same shit. So I loved that episode. I was a sucker for it. I loved Brendan Fraser's kind of return back into acting. So that was cool. That's the episode that I say watch it and you'll get hooked on that show. For my pick for Young Justice, I would say the show that would hook you into it would probably be the one where the team, that's how they go by that code name, the team, they have to fight Amazo the android. Dr. Ivo and then the Amazo the android. Amazo the android, for fans that aren't initiated, is an android with mimicking cells that once he sees a metahuman use their ability, he could instantaneously copy it. So he fights the Justice League, and even in the episode, they were just like, it took 8 members to take him down because he kept copying all their powers, and they had to disassemble him, but then he gets reassembled, and it's the team fighting them. And I love it because it's the guy who reassembles him is like, I have your adult version of your powers. You guys are just sidekicks, and that's when you see the whole thing where it's like, we're not just sidekicks, dude. So I recommend that episode. Those are my 2 recommendations.
Absolutely. Yeah, I remember both of those episodes really well now that you brought them up. But yeah, they're fighting that dude for a while, right? Because he just, like, how do you stop someone like that? Yeah, that's a really cool one.
It's hard.
I did, I just looked up the list of episodes, just kind of like remind myself of what's what. Because I don't remember like what was in what episode, after watching 3 seasons. But this one stuck out for sure, and I'm sure it stuck out for a lot of people. The asylum from season 1, where they all go to the asylum and they're all getting experimented on. Oh my god, they find Rachel's mom and everything. Yeah, that one's cool. It's not Arkham, right? It's definitely not. They're not in Arkham. They're in a different type of asylum. But just like the mind fuckery and all the experiments and stuff, it's like a horror movie. The thing I like the most about that is afterwards it really triggers Corey's memories to start coming back, to realize like who she is, and so she can understand who she is. And then they also, like, the team has been asking Dick the whole time, like, yo, you have, like, you're training us. We're all training together, but we haven't seen what you can do. What can you do? And it's this big mystery to them, at least. And at the end, there's like 10 guards that come and try to stop them from leaving the asylum. And he just beats the fuck out of every single one of them. And they're all just standing there shook. It's like, God damn. And after that, dude, like, what do? They blow the asylum up, and Dick burns his Robin suit. And Corey's like, that's a little dramatic, which that's a little dramatic, but I love it because it's just like, all right, well, he's hanging up Robin, and we know what's next because we know Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing. And I like that. To me, I was just like, fuck yeah, let's go. Like, when is Nightwing coming in here? When is Nightwing coming in here? So yeah, the asylum for me was definitely one of my favorite episodes.
I gotcha. Let me just say that in any iteration of any version of Teen Titans, if there is a Dick Grayson that exists, he is a sassy bitch. Dick Grayson is the sassiest Bat kid in the whole Bat family. That dude,
bro,
is
Jason Todd, though, he's popping off all the time. He's got the worst mouth out of all of them.
In any iteration, any version of Jason Todd, he's a smart-mouthed asshole, and I love it. But that's a perfect segue into what I want to talk about the most, which was the live-action show for Teen Titans. It was created by Akiva Goldsman, who, if you guys don't know, or the screenplay, he's a screenplay writer, and he actually won the Academy Award for Best Adapted Screenplay for A Beautiful Mind, starring Russell Crowe. So,
awesome.
This was just really cool. Like, when everybody got the news, they were like, "Oh man, this dude's like, he's done other things too." Like, I think he did I want to say Batman. Like he did Batman and Robin, I Am Legend, Cinderella Man, I Robot. Like he's he's written a couple of good movies. So everybody's really excited when he was writing this. And then we got the trailer. The trailer for the first season is just so. They tried way too hard to like go one way with it, where a good comic series knows when to be funny, or like when to make fun of themselves and when to be serious,
Fuck
and take
that.
themselves seriously. And right, and this one just went all the way to the other side, and they were like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, we're gonna make Dick Grayson a fucking just disgruntled." Like basically, they made him Jason Todd,
Yeah.
which I was just like, "Come on, man! Like, get it together." Like Dick Grayson was never this, much of a shithead.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Batman and Robin broke up, he started the Teen Titans as like a way for sidekicks to feel like that pantheon that the Justice League had. And so this was just so gritty and like it was taking itself too seriously. I still watched it, and let me tell you something. I actually really didn't like the pilot episode. Like I probably was like, should I even watch the rest of the show? Because Nightwing is one of my favorite characters, or in DC or Marvel or like Dark Horse or like any comic book series. I love Dick Grayson as Nightwing. He's the bomb. But this was making me like rethink it, and I was like, this kind of sucks. Like,
It's a
because they
watch.
never get right. I was like, it's a wash. And as I kept watching, I was like, okay, there's some hope here. There's some hope here. And then they introduced Trigon in like the finale and everything, and I was like, all right, I could maybe mess with this. And what were your guys' thoughts on like the first season, or like when you started watching, Victor?
Yeah, so that's kind of fresh in my head. I was gonna bring up the whole like dragon thing because like I think the same thing where I'm just like the first episode where I'm just like, cool. Dick is like the pissed off ex. That's really fucking tight. That's how I imagine Dick Grayson fucking being. Just like he's like, I fucking hate him. He stopped texting me. Um, and then he just runs into fucking Raven and shit. I like how they kind of they tried really hard style wise. I will give you that. That fucking irked me. And then when they started playing into like what comic book lovers love, which was like, hey, they're actually going with the fucking that Raven character. Like she is Trigon's daughter. Like that is the gate for him to come back and stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. Follow this formula. Like when they get to the end, I'm like, follow this formula to the rest of the show, and you'll do great. So those are my thoughts on the initial first season. I'm just like, it's just really rough. Like you can tell it was really rough at times.
Mm-hmm. Space Case, hit me with the real.
Yeah, I put off watching Titans for the longest time, and it was because of that trailer you guys talked about.
Mm-hmm.
It honestly pushed me away from wanting to watch it. Um, and I forget the name of the show. What was the other dumb show that the CW made with all the superheroes? Um,
Arrow,
the
The Flash, Legends of
I was like, there's a
Tomorrow.
lot.
Yeah, like honestly,
It's Arrowverse.
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, so I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate mail for this. It's okay. I'm not big on the CW in general, really. But just like their interpretation of the Flash, not a fan. I've never watched Batgirl or anything like that. Um, Arrow is the best out of all of them, but even still not my favorite. But there's another one. It was Heroes
Legends
of
of Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Legends
What
of
a
Tomorrow.
Legend of Tomorrow, bro! What a trash can of a TV show! I swear to God.
What?
That's
I
that's a
watched
poor
that.
man Suicide Squad. That's
It's
a poor.
so bad. I hate it. I hate it. But all of those put me off to watching anything live action DC related. Yeah, so I saw Titans. I was like, I'm not about to have another thing that I like, Young Justice or something, get ruined because I watch a live action version. So I put it off for a long time
Mm.
until David was like, hey man, we should really talk about Titans. So I binged the fuck out of it gladly. First episode, I liked it. It was cool to see Robin in action and have him once again like be dark and gritty. The storyline with Rachel, aka Raven, really cool. I get why they pick Rachel Raven as kind of that like source for all the story for the whole season, because she's a fan favorite. It's big with the female audience. A lot of people love Raven from Teen Titans and stuff back in the day. So why not capitalize on that right there in the show? It kind of got a little old. I was wishing that Gar got a little bit more story. Starfire, uh, okay. But all in all, a really, really good first season, I think. I like how they trickled in the cast. And like I was saying before, I like how they kind of handed off different parts of the show and the season to have a different lead. And all the castmates could hold their own in a leading role. Going into what Victor said, and David too, with Trigon at the end, I thought it was cool, but I definitely got CW vibes from like it was almost like it reminded me of Vampire Diaries almost, where they're like we're summoning this, this
Don't you
evil
dare!
dude.
Don't you dare speak any ill will towards Vampire Diaries. I'm sorry, I draw the line there, guys. Okay, Vampire
No.
Diaries forever. TVD, baby. Team Stefan. All right, relax.
For sure. Honestly, Vampire Diaries is actually a really good show. I'm not
It
gonna
really
lie.
is.
It is a very good show. I have nothing against Vampire Diaries, but it just reminded me of that typical CW like
The
uh
vibes.
like that supernatural thing that CW always does with their
Supernatural.
villains. Kind of supernatural too. Like they always have this like big bad villain come in from a different dimension. I'm like, you guys did that already, And I don't know. It's just like I've seen it before. There's no new breaking ground with this.
I could imagine Vince watching the finale and he's sitting there like this, saying it.
Yeah, honestly, the
Where's Dean
finale to me,
Winchester?
the whole show, the whole first season was great. I loved the whole first show. I even fucking tweeted. I was like, "Bro, Titans is great. I think I got a new favorite." So that shit's real, right? So, but the finale, I'm playing. I'm being sarcastic, motherfucker.
Someone retweets you just like, is this 2008? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, bro. It's not real until you tweet it. But no, the finale to me, it was just a little like
Jesus.
overplayed and predictable. And the fucking CGI, gross, dude.
Garbage, bro.
I've played games on Sega that look better than Trigon in that open field. I just I predicted that Dick was gonna get in through the threshold, get taken a hold of, fucking running mascara. And then as soon as everybody else came in, I was like, well, it's about to happen to everybody else too. And sure enough, it did. So yeah, I guess in a nutshell, season 1, sick. Finale, not so sick.
All right, so let's head straight into the second season. This time I'll start with you, Vince. What was
more talk? You guys want to hear me talk more?
Yeah, let's talk about, I mean, what was your overall vibe for the season? And you can think about this too, Victor. Uh, who had the best character development at the end of season 2 or throughout the season, do you think?
Ooh, okay. Yeah. So the pilot of season, or not the pilot. The pilot's the first episode of the series. The season 1 of season,
Premiere
God
episode.
damn it.
Yeah, season 2
Thank you.
premiere.
Fucking words. What is going on?
Words.
Episode 1 of season 2, bro. I watched it, and at like when I finished, I was like shitting my pants a little bit. I was like, I just watched this whole season 1, and I love the show. And this first episode of season 2 was just immediately quality drop, in my opinion. I didn't like it, but I kept going. Obviously, I'm not going to give up on one episode. Um, Overall vibes really cool. Um, I love how they go to San Francisco, just like they do in the comics and in Teen Titans, and they got the Titan Tower, right? Um, and they're like training. They've got their training room. They even like plug in those shots of like the little capsules where they go in to like suit up, super um, just fan service stuff.
Mhm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
eating it up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, season 2 was really good. I like the Deathstroke arc. We got a little bit of the Ravager storyline, which was cool. I didn't see them plugging that in at all. Um, Definitely love them um,
Blackfire.
uh,
Yeah.
teasing Blackfire a little bit, but mostly teasing the fact that a lot of people know that Jason Todd gets killed. So there were so many different points where you're like, this is it. This is it. They're going to change it for the TV show, and they're going to stray away from the comics. They're not going to have the typical Joker death, right? But they kept it the same. I just love them teasing, keeping you on your toes the whole time.
Right.
Um, you were saying who had the best character arc,
Yeah,
right?
or like like character arc, character development.
I think, and she's one of my favorite characters out of the whole show, Wonder Girl. I thought she had a great development
Round
because
of
when she
choice.
enters the series, she's sassy, she's cool, but she's really like got no meat and potatoes to her. Um, but we get the backstory with her and Aqualad, and she just starts growing from there. And she really by the end of the season, she kind of comes full circle, and unfortunately, doesn't make it. But I thought her character development and storyline was really cool. She's a fucking badass, dude. I never thought I would get into Wonder Girl, but holy shit, one of my favorite characters for sure.
No doubt, no doubt. Slick Vic.
Damn it, dude! You took what I wanted to say, all of it. I will go more into depth. I think one of the cooler part. I think the coolest part, honestly, was the fan service for San Diego. But Deathstroke, just showing this man, and I feel like I have a thing for villains. Like I need the villain to be compelling. Like I hate when the villain's just like, if you throw a CGI monster at me, I'm like, this is fucking boring. But when you introduce a villain like Deathstroke and have it where it's like the whole story with him was just like, you fucked with my family. Like I am the reason why the original they go into the backstory of like why the original fucking group disbanded, and he's just like, you fucked with my family. Like I'm back because this is fucking personal, and I'm just like, it is a man who like, this is one of those people that have like a strong will. So I feel like his character arc was really cool, where it's just like you just see this man with unfeathered like rage. I loved that, and I loved just the random drops of like, I don't. I like B heroes, so even seeing like Hawk and Dove get screen time and shit, bro. I don't know. Sorry, I'll stop now. But I think that those are my favorite parts of the thing. And then the big tease. I'll say this: I haven't gotten into season 3. I don't know if you guys have gotten into it, but yeah, the big tease, seeing that they were setting it up to be a different world, because it is confirmed to be a different world, right? Even the Doom Patrol world's a different world, right? Yeah, seeing
Yeah.
that setup and then seeing the set photos, I'm just like, this was so fucking. It was a brilliant setup because you see that Jason Todd's character throughout the season is kind of like that unhithered person that you're like one push away from being a really fucked up guy. So that was my thing. I'll stop now.
A little bit.
Yeah, I would say the same. Season 2, I think it kind of ramped up in quality. I think just because they kind of started to find that middle ground in between, like I said, not taking yourself too seriously and knowing like when to lighten it. Um, the characters kind of become a lot more, I want to say, likable, and just kind of, they've got better dialogue, so the pacing of the story sounds better. Deathstroke, amazing for a villain. I thought it was just really cool. And I like how they're just kind of bringing in, they're starting to bring in those villains for the Titans. Like you're gonna have Hive, you're gonna have Deathstroke, Brother Blood, like all of the usual suspects. So I
Yeah.
mean, this is pretty cool. That they're getting closer and closer to like the content, like the main source content. The
Mhm.
original source, and I'm kind of setting that up. And I think my favorite character was again, Dick Grayson. We kind of see him lighten up more this season. He's kind of becoming more of the Dick Grayson that I read in comic books and watched on Young Justice, like kind of just this very light person who. That's why you have Robin for Batman. Robin is supposed to be corny and cheesy and keep things light. He has those bright colors on. He snaps a lot of jokes and everything, and he kind of has that light in him, whereas Batman needs to keep the darkness. So they kind of keep each other in check of not going too far on the the wheel or whatever. So overall, season two, I thought much better than season one. Uh, the fight choreography got better too. The Nightwing suit, just
I love it, bro. The
just
batons,
pretty.
how they light
Oh,
up, it's so cool.
so cool. So my only gripe is that I wish when we're introduced to, I love the guy that's playing him, but like I wish Jason Todd was Jason Todd, and I wish for season three they did a time jump, so it was like at least a year ahead of time. So maybe we could have gotten like a bit more, because in the comics, Dick Grayson's 5'11".
Mhm.
Jason Todd is like 6'2", 6'3", easy,
Mhm.
and I think weighs like 20 more pounds than Batman, which I also have a problem with about because like Batman as an old dude just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But whatever.
Bro, I love what's his name?
Nah,
Ian
fam.
Glenn.
Nah, fam.
No, because I agree with David.
I just get
I,
Game of Thrones vibes from him every time I
yeah,
see him.
man. I wanted like just at least an older, like kind of graying, past his prime Batman.
Mm.
But they went they went too far, and they were like, yeah, let's make him 80. He'll look like Alfred, and we'll wonder how this skinny dude inspires terror in Gotham citizens and criminals. But whatever. Anyway, season two, good.
Fair.
Let's jump into season three. So far, because Victor, you haven't watched it yet, but me and Space Case over here will give you our thoughts on it, and we'll basically just talk about where we want the series to go from here.
Yeah.
So I'll go first, and I will say that season three so far, chef's kiss, baby. It's I don't know how they did it, but they they definitely pushed it in terms of everything. Like the cinematography looks great. I love that we're being introduced to Gotham. We get to see like the dark kind of underbelly of what made Dick so kind of hardened. We get to see the psychological trauma that they as heroes and young adults had to deal with, and how they're still coping with it, and how they cope with it. Um, and we see what Gotham does to a person. Like there's a reason that Batman does his job for so long in Gotham. It's because like just it's always crime. Like crime will forever remain in Gotham, and he's got this ongoing quest, and we kind of see what that what kind of toll that takes on heroes that try and venture there, because it's no metropolis, it's not a star city, you know it's not a coast city, it's fucking Gotham. So um, love everything about it. I think my favorite character so far is Red Hood, and I think the kid who plays him is fucking nailing it. He's just got the perfect amount of like angst in him, so he's just like your dream kind of Jason Todd. So yeah, so far I would love to see them continue what they're doing and kind of see them kind of go deeper into the roots of the Titans and not just I don't want it to just be Nightwing and friends, you know. Like I want Gar to I want Garfield to have like more time. I want to see him have like I want a Gar centric episode. Like I want a Starfire episode, you know, shit like that. And I think we're looking forward to that. So that's what's up. Space
Yeah,
Heist.
absolutely. I completely agree with you, man. I'm first, like, for sure, we need more Gar. Like, he has been completely out of the loop,
Yeah,
like
man.
overshadowed the last 3 seasons now. I really hope they start honing in on him and his character. I still don't really understand his backstory too well. They kind of just like gave us uh,
They
a brief storytelling of it. Like I understand he comes from the Congo, he got infected and got saved, but I want more Gar. I think his character needs to get fleshed out a little bit more and developed, and I know that actor can hold that role.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm sick of him just getting beat up all the time by everybody and like almost dying. He's more than that. Beast Boy is such a cool character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not sure if it's gonna be the same or not, but he's right now he's the goddamn thumbnail for the video. Like he needs more time.
For
um,
sure.
I have a theory with that.
I also agree with you of the thumbnail.
No, the reason
You
why
have
he gets
you have a
beat up.
thumbnail theory?
No, why he gets beat up all the time. Why he hasn't gotten character development. I have a theory. After you're done.
Do you? Okay, yeah. We'll put a pin on that. Put a post-it note up.
Hmm.
Um, Going back to what DJ was saying though, season 3 so far, I love that they're in Gotham. I think that's so cool. Hoping the whole season's in Gotham. They're filming here in Chicago, which is dope. Or they filmed in Chicago. It's already done. I love that Chicago is forever Gotham and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
like little piece of my heart right there. Um, Barbara Gordon, not a big fan right now of her, but we still have a whole season to go. We'll see how she plays out. I just think she's a little too aggressive and kind of bitchy and not even trying to be like that typical douchebag. Like, I understand we've got powerful women, which is totally cool and respectable, but for some reason Barbara is like just not reasonable for some things. Like when she's talking to Dick about how they want to do certain things, she's just not really being reasonable. So I think that's where the bitchiness comes out, aside from her being a powerful woman, which is two totally different things.
I have a theory about that, but like I don't want to spoil anything for Victor. So watch the episodes and then
Yeah,
like I'll put it in like
for
the
sure.
group chat.
And I think there's going to be some character development. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it would make sense for a character to come in and not be completely likable right away. There's room to grow. So looking forward to seeing what they do with her.
Right.
Um, Obviously, Red Hood is going to be a big thing for this season. So far, so good. It's cool to see him uh, live action for the first time, as far as I'm concerned. Right? Never seen him
Mm-hmm.
live action.
You're right.
Um, I just hope that they don't flood this season with introductions of all these other characters.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I get it. It's cool. It's a lot of fan service, but I feel like season 2 had a little bit too much going on, and it was a little bit too overcrowded with um, the characters. So I'm hoping that they can not only hone in on Gar and his story and give Barbara some cool story too, because she's got a story in the comics that we are familiar with. Wink, wink. But yeah, hope that the cast that we have just gets more development and we get more just one-on-one scenes with fucking Gar and Starfire playing chess and talking, and we get to learn about them. So Victor, what was your theory about Gar getting beat up all the time?
I think I'm just money, like money that they CGI that shit all the time, man. His power is just CGI,
Yeah, man.
just straight up CGI.
I was thinking about that.
It's just straight up CGI. So what are you gonna do? It's like, hey, are we gonna have the guy that could turn into literally any fucking animal he wants, like a T Rex or a
Mm-mm.
whale, do that? It's like, now let's do like mainly a tiger, and then he gets his ass whooped every other day, which is kind of whatever. But I feel like they should definitely carry that character because he has such a good backstory. He has a tragic backstory, very tragic. Like, it'd be very cool to see it flushed out, and very very cool to see Beast Boy become essentially Beast Man, like eventually fall into that role. I'm excited that they are in Gotham because now you get to see the Teen Titans pantheon of villains in Gotham. What am I don't know. I haven't watched it, so I'm really hoping. Is there hints of Johnny Rotten? It's like a motorcycle thug.
I don't think so.
Yeah, from
Mhm.
Titan. Like, he's a motorcycle thug from Gotham that uses energy weapons. Like, I would fucking lose my mind if they did that. I hope that they do some things because obviously Jason Todd's in it. He's the Red Hood. That's the whole big hubbub. I've seen the armor design. I actually sketched it out, but I want to do it real bad. I hope they do the storyline with him where he takes over like Gotham's underground and he like gets a bunch of villains under his. But I hope that's what it is. That's me though. But whatever. What's your theory, Mr. David?
Could be.
My theory? I have no theory.
Oh, yeah, something. Oh,
Make one. Just make one up.
No, I thought the thing's
For what?
for the text message. Sorry,
I was gonna say the. Oh no! I'll no, I don't wanna give anything away.
Yeah,
Watch the 4 episodes and then we'll talk about it.
I am low key glad that at least for right now they kind of gave Raven the back seat. Finally, I was getting a little bit too. Getting a little sick of Raven, to be honest. Like, I really like her character, but it was starting to become like she was always popping in with just like her random issues with her controlling her powers. I was like, we got it. We understand, So I'm glad she's kind of taking a backseat. She's on an island, quote unquote, on an island right now.
On the island of Themyscira.
Raven, just drink a Mai Tai. Relax. Just chill. We get it. We get it. You're mad. You can't control your power.
So I mean, I think that wraps up this episode, this issue. Guys, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for speaking about this with me. I very much appreciate when we get to talk about things that are near and dear to my heart. And like I said, I related so much to the Titans growing up, and I still do. Even when I read like the new issues that are coming out, I still read the Nightwing. Yep.
No, go ahead.
I still read the Nightwing series. I think it's amazing. I will say, hopefully, we can follow up after this season is done for a quick little nerd news, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, guys, any closing notes?
Yeah, great show. I'm glad you picked Titans because it pushed me to actually watch it, and now I have a new favorite show. So I'm excited to keep watching it. We're only 4 episodes in as of right now, so yeah, I'm excited to keep it going. Victor, next week is your week, my friend. What are we talking about?
We're going to talk about something that recently came out, and I didn't think I would like it that much, but Jesus Christ, it is good. So please join us next week on a journey of what if. What if all the crazy possibilities? What if Marvel's new show? What if? We're going to be covering a few of the episodes that have come out and just our initial thoughts and seeing how they all are in the MCU. We're just going to see just how we like it so far. So that's my next week.
Cool.
All right.
I'm in.
Far out. All right. Well, as always, this is the Triple S crew. It's me, Sundance Kid himself.
It is me, Slick the Vic.
It's me, Space Case. Hopefully my audio doesn't cut out right now because it always cuts out right before I say my goodbyes. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening on Spotify. We'll see you next week with issue 38, brand new. Until then, adios.
Peace.